wondered before the game about how your team would handle the last 6 minutes of a close game. They seemed to handle it pretty well tonight.
Yeah, they did. It was a little bit of a search for the right guys there, a little bit, probably a little bit off maybe what we might have done normally, but I think it ended up being, I thought Thad kind of got us to that 4-minute mark with some, great rebounding and a couple tough plays, and then I decided to go with Otto there late, just as a veteran guy to continue to execute some of the defensive stuff. But I think made some good plays. Our defense created a lot of the good stuff late too, right?
And Fred seemed to get threes in rhythm, like he didn't seem to force many of those threes, but they were all in good shots at the end. Yeah,
pretty much. I think early in the game he did one of his race it up the floor and pull up from about 35 feet, and he didn't make it. And I said to Coach Earl Watson next to me, I said, I love that, because I just see that I feel like he's going aggressive, and I think that there was a few games I mentioned this afterwards that it seemed like he was fast up the floor and trying to hit the paint early, right, as the defense was still coming down the floor, and I thought that was the case tonight, just showing that he was aggressive. But yeah, he got some good looks there.
2 heavy trapping, doubling nights in a row with Luka and then DeMar. The numbers say it was a lot better tonight. What did you think?
Yeah, well, the volume was a lot higher tonight, right? So, I think you guys kind of see it. If he ever shook free, he made it. If he ever drove hard one-on-one, he got an and one, seemed like, right? So I don't know what other choices you got other than to go try to get it out of his hands a lot.
What do you think? What did you do well when you did get it out of his hands? So you said a few other times that it
let me look at the number. I know one thing is we protected the rim pretty well when they were, when they'd throw it around and somebody would rip and go with and get to the rim. Somebody was there meeting them at the rim. I think I got a halftime one here. That's okay. Anyway, we had 6 blocks in the first half, so that was good. So we had 10 blocks for the game. That obviously stands out. And I think we probably turned them over a little bit, in some of that stuff too when they were throwing it around out of the blitzes. I mean, listen, they had their share of where it felt a little painful, and they made a bunch of shots, and guys were open. And again, I talk about take and give, right? You're gonna try to take something away, and you're gonna give something up when you're sacrificing like that. And we just made it just enough plays, I guess.
What Christian did defensively was sort of self-evident. Are you guys taking more advantage of what he can do offensively?
Yeah. I think you're right. He's getting his feel at the defensive end down there, and he's given us that lob threat in the screen and roll, which we haven't had for a while. So that's important, because it does start freeing up other things, right? Especially the ball handler a little bit more, right? Coming off there to do something, and he played. I mean, they started double teaming Fred too, and he made some good plays out of that as well. So he had a good bounce back game for him from the other night.
What did you like from Thad in his?
Just thought he played really hard and physical. Was on the glass, fighting in there. Made some hustle plays, really. Yeah.
Having 2 veterans, like you said, him and Otto, to sort of play off each other, that's something you haven't had the luxury of for a while here.
Yeah.
How does that sort of help you with matchups and in-game decisions?
Yeah, I think, I would say that, like tonight, it felt like, it wasn't the easiest defensive game plan, right? So to have some guys with some experience that have rotated for a lot of years, when they've had they just know kind of where to be and that kind of stuff. So that felt like the right move, playing those guys tonight, just because of the schemes were pretty tricky.
Do you remember a time, or have you called a coach's challenge that early in the game?
No, I haven't. I have not, but I am glad we won it. First of all, I clearly saw Fred didn't touch him, so that was one thing. I didn't want him to get early foul trouble, and DeMar is a great player, and he shot 22, I think, free throws in his last game, and I was hoping that he wasn't going to be a foul every time he drove in there tonight. So I was also trying to set that tone. What was that the first possession of the game or third possession? Yeah. Still got time to beat it. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks.